My beloved child, something has shifted in the unseen world around you, something that has been quietly unfolding behind your back without your awareness. Tonight, as you breathe and read these words, a truth is being revealed that was hidden for months, maybe even years. Your soulmate's ex-lover, the one whose presence created confusion, fear, jealousy, pain, and emotional storms in your heart, the one who always felt like a shadow in your connection. That person is now sitting in police custody. And the reason they are there is something that will shake you, but also free you in a way you never expected. For a long time, you sensed something was wrong. You felt something dark, something unsettling, something that wasn't normal. You felt someone interfering energetically in your connection with your soulmate. You felt sudden arguments, sudden distance, sudden misunderstandable moments, sudden emotional coldness from your person that didn't feel natural. It felt manipulated, like your connection was being interrupted from the outside. Your intuition was right. Your heart was speaking the truth. There was someone trying to sabotage your connection. Someone was holding on to your soulmate with an unhealthy obsession, an obsession that had nothing to do with love, but everything to do with control. And that someone was their ex-lover. This ex-lover never healed after the breakup. They never moved on. They didn't accept that your soulmate had left the past behind. Instead, their desire to control your soulmate turned into desperation, and that desperation turned into actions that crossed every boundary of sanity. They stalked. They manipulated. They interfered. They created fake stories. Fake screenshots. Fake online accounts. Fake conversations. Fake friendships. They planted illusions between you and your soulmate so you two would fight. They whispered poison into your soulmate's life, using different masks and identities so no one would know it was them. They wanted your soulmate to doubt you. They wanted you to doubt your soulmate. They wanted both of you to become emotionally tired, drained, disconnected. But destiny has a strange way of exposing what is false. Truth always breaks through. And today, that truth has finally surfaced. The police didn't arrest this ex-lover by accident. They were taken into custody because the situation grew bigger than even they could control. Something they did went too far, so far that the law had to step in. You may think this is just about a breakup or jealousy, but it's more than that. It's about someone who was trying to reshape your destiny. Someone who tried to control the path meant for you and your soulmate. Someone who believed that if they couldn't have your soulmate, no one else should. But destiny does not bend for anyone who works from ego. Only divine love can shape what is meant to be. Your soulmate, who has suffered silently for so long, is finally free from a chain that they never deserved. They spent so much time hiding how suffocated they felt because they didn't want to bring the burden into your life. They carried the pain alone, pretending to be strong. They pretended to be okay even when they weren't. They tried to protect you from the drama, from the interference, from the chaos, from the bitterness of someone who refused to let go. Your soulmate didn't want you to know how much darkness they were dealing with. They wanted you to see them as stable, strong, and in control. But inside, they were tired. They felt emotionally hunted, watched, manipulated. Your soulmate is a good person, a gentle soul, who avoids conflict, so they tried again and again to handle things quietly. But sometimes silence becomes the biggest prison. Somebody had to step in. And the universe did. There was a moment, just a few days ago, when your soulmate's ex-lover crossed a line so big, so dangerous, so harmful, that your soulmate had no option but to involve the authorities. That moment was the turning point. That moment was the beginning of justice. That moment was when everything began moving toward truth. And now, the person who attacked your connection is being questioned by police. They are no longer outside spreading poison. They are no longer pretending to be calm while hiding rage. They are no longer manipulating behind screens. They are no longer watching your soulmate from the shadows. They are sitting in a police station, facing the consequences of every single step they took. Today, for the first time in so long, your soulmate feels relief in their chest. Their breath is lighter. Their heart is more open. They are no longer terrified of being followed, harassed, or emotionally cornered. The chains that held them are breaking right now, and those chains were always the invisible wall standing between you and them. This is the beginning of freedom. The beginning of a new chapter. The beginning of a love that is no longer strangled by the past. Your soulmate has always held love for you. Love that they sometimes didn't know how to express because they felt surrounded by pressure and negativity. Love that felt heavy because someone else was feeding jealousy, insecurity, and confusion into your connection. But now that the interference is being removed, the love that was suffocating is breathing again. It is rising again. It is strengthening again. The bond that was being damaged is healing. The misunderstandings that were planted intentionally are clearing away like fog under sunlight. And your soulmate. Your soulmate is thinking about you more deeply than ever today. Because when someone hits rock bottom, the first person their heart calls is the person they truly love. And your soulmate's heart has been calling your name since morning. They want to talk to you. They want to explain things. They want to confess truths they were too afraid to say. They want to tell you what really happened and how much they tried to protect you from the chaos their ex had created. Your soulmate feels guilty for the pain you went through. They feel guilty for the distance. They feel guilty for the moments they pushed you away. They feel guilty for not being able to tell you the full truth. But guilt is turning into determination. Today is the first day your soulmate is ready to take steps toward you that they kept delaying. There is no more fear of someone creating a scene. There is no more fear of someone spying on their phone. There is no more fear of someone trying to destroy the happiness they feel with you. Everything that was blocking your union is being removed one by one. You may not know it, but your soulmate prayed for help. They asked the universe for protection. They asked for strength. They asked for a way out. And the universe responded. The spiritual world has been working intensely around you both. Angels, guides, divine forces, because your connection carries a purpose. Your union is part of a bigger plan. It isn't just two hearts meeting, it is two souls merging for a life path that was chosen long before either of you were born. You are not reading these words by accident. Your soul is being prepared for what is coming. Your heart is being softened again. Your path is being cleared. Your connection is being protected. The person who tried to destroy your destiny is now facing the consequences of their own shadow. And this is only the beginning of the revelation. What they did, what they planned, what they attempted, will only shock you more when you learn the full story. But you will also feel relieved, because everything that was hidden will now come to light. Your soulmate is stepping out of fear. You are stepping into truth. And the connection that was tested is about to become stronger than ever. This is the turning point of your destiny. This is where your story with your soulmate starts rebuilding in a way that nothing and no one will ever be able to break again. My beloved child, as the night grows quieter and the energies around your life begin to shift, something powerful is unfolding behind the scenes, something you were never supposed to carry alone. The truth about your soulmate's ex-lover is only just beginning to surface, and what the police uncovered during interrogation is far beyond what anyone expected. It is not just jealousy. It is not just emotional manipulation. It is something darker, something more calculated, something that reveals how deeply your connection was under attack. Your soulmate had always felt something was wrong, but they never understood the full depth of it until now. They thought they were dealing with simple harassment, or perhaps emotional immaturity. They believed the past would eventually let go on its own. But sometimes the past doesn't want to release its grip. Sometimes a person becomes so consumed by losing someone that they lose themselves. And that is exactly what happened here. Inside the police station, during questioning, this ex-lover didn't act normal. Their voice was shaking, their hands trembling, their eyes darting around the room as if they were fighting some internal storm. What they confessed was not just surprising, it was terrifying. They admitted that they were keeping tabs on everything your soulmate did. Every movement. Every call. Every friend. Every new connection. Especially you. They had been tracking your soulmate's life through fake numbers, fake accounts, and fake identities. They had been monitoring who your soulmate talked to, who they smiled with, who they spent time with, and above all, who made their heart glow. And when they realized it was you, when they saw the softness in your soulmate's eyes whenever you came in their mind, when they saw the comfort your presence gave, the healing your love brought, that is when their obsession took a darker turn. This wasn't about love anymore. This was about possession. They didn't want your soulmate. They didn't want happiness. They didn't want peace. They wanted control. Control over your soulmate's life. Control over their emotions. Control over every decision they made. Control over whether they could move forward or fall backward. And the moment your soulmate subconsciously started breaking those chains, the ex-lover started panicking. They tried to scare your soulmate emotionally. They tried to guilt-trip them. They tried to create dramatic scenes. But when that didn't work, they went to the extreme. They started interfering with your connection in ways you never imagined. They contacted you without revealing their real identity. They tried to create misunderstandings between you and your soulmate. They twisted conversations, created fake screenshots, and manipulated situations to make you feel insecure. They wanted to make you doubt your soulmate's intentions. They wanted you to feel unwanted. They wanted you to feel like your soulmate still loved them. They wanted you to walk away so they could win a battle that never existed in the first place. But your heart resisted. Your soul resisted. Your intuition screamed that something didn't feel right. Even on days when things felt confusing between you and your soulmate, some quiet voice inside you kept saying, "This is not your soulmate doing this. Something else is happening." That voice was the voice of truth. That was the universe trying to protect you. And now that the truth has started revealing itself, you will understand why the connection felt like a battlefield sometimes. You were not fighting your soulmate. They were not fighting you. Both of you were unknowingly fighting an energy that didn't belong to your destiny. The police officers handling the case were shocked at the level of involvement the ex-lover had in your soulmate's life. They were surprised that someone could hide their obsession so well. And as they started digging deeper, even more disturbing details came out. This ex-lover had approached people close to your soulmate to gather information. They pretended to be concerned, supportive, friendly, but inside, they were collecting details to use against you and your soulmate. They used emotional manipulation to make others speak. They created stories that painted themselves as a victim and your soulmate as confused. They lied about you to make others distrust your presence in your soulmate's life. Everywhere they went, they planted seeds of doubt. But here is the truth: no matter how much they twisted things, your soulmate still felt something strong for you. Something real. Something pure. Something they couldn't explain or run away from. Even when distance grew between you two, even when misunderstandings rose like storms, something inside your soulmate held on to you. They felt calm when they thought of you. They felt safe when they remembered your voice. They felt peace when they imagined your presence. And that sense of peace was something their ex could never accept. Inside the interrogation room, when the police asked them why they did all this, they didn't have a logical answer. They cried. They broke down. They said, "Because I couldn't lose them. I couldn't watch them build a life with someone else." But those words were not love. They were fear dressed as love. And fear always destroys what it tries to protect. Your soulmate, while hearing the police explain everything, felt a strange mixture of emotions. There was shock. There was betrayal. There was anger. But more than anything, there was relief. Because finally, they understood why their life felt so suffocating. Finally, they understood why relationships felt heavy. Why happiness felt temporary. Why peace always slipped away. It wasn't them. It wasn't you. It was the lingering grip of someone who refused to let go. And now that person is facing consequences. Your soulmate left the police station emotionally drained. Their mind was tired, their heart was aching, but something inside them felt lighter. The weight that had been silently crushing their chest for so long had suddenly lifted. They felt like the chains around their soul were breaking one by one. For the first time in a long time, they breathed freely. And in that breath, your name appeared in their mind. Not as a memory. Not as a confusion. Not as a maybe. But as a truth. You are the person their heart has been drawn to. You are the one who brings light into their life. You are the only soul who felt sincere, real, comforting, and aligned with their destiny. Your soulmate didn't reach out to you yet because they want to approach you with clarity, honesty, and emotional freedom. They don't want to talk to you with fear in their voice. They don't want to come to you while looking over their shoulder. They don't want to bring the leftover shadows of their past into your present. They want to come towards you clean. Free. Unburdened. Ready. And that moment is closer than you think. As your soulmate goes home tonight, their mind is replaying every moment they shared with you, every laugh, every message, every silence, every emotion. They are realizing how unfair it was to let someone else's chaos affect something so beautiful between you. They wish they had opened up earlier. They wish they had told you the truth. They wish they hadn't let the distance grow. But the universe has its timing, and everything is aligning now in a way that can no longer be stopped. The spiritual realm is making sure your connection is protected. Angels are clearing the path. Guides are removing interference. Divine energy is preparing both your hearts for a new beginning. There is also something important you need to know. Your soulmate is planning to cut every remaining tie with the ex-lover. They are going to block every communication. They are going to change their privacy. They are going to protect their peace. They are going to protect you. Because they finally understand that you are not just a random person in their life, you are the one who holds their emotional truth. Their next steps will surprise you. There is something they want to say. Something they want to confess. Something they have been holding for a long time. And once they speak it, your connection will shift in a way that nothing and no one will ever interrupt again. The universe is preparing you emotionally for what comes next. Your heart is healing from confusion. Your soul is releasing old pain. Your intuition is sharpening. Your destiny is opening. And everything that once felt blocked is now moving. This is not the end of the story. This is the moment your story finally begins. My beloved child, as the sun rises on this new day, a different kind of light is entering your life, one that has been trying to reach you for months but was always blocked by the shadows created by someone who never wanted your connection with your soulmate to grow. Last night's revelations were only the beginning. Today, even more truth is rising to the surface, and the energy around your destiny is shifting so powerfully that nothing will remain the same after this. Your soulmate woke up this morning with a strange heaviness in their chest, but also a sense of clarity they haven't felt in a very long time. They didn't sleep well, not because of fear, but because their mind kept returning to you. Every hour, every few minutes, your face crossed their thoughts. They remembered every small detail, your expressions, your kindness, the softness of your energy, the way you made them feel seen and understood. They realized something painfully honest. You were the only person who ever brought peace into their life while someone else had been silently bringing chaos. And now that the truth is fully exposed, your soulmate can finally see the difference clearly. They now recognize who was genuine, and who was manipulating? Who brought calm, and who created storms? Who deserved a place in their heart, and who never respected boundaries? Your soulmate is not the same person they were yesterday. Something inside them has awakened. This awakening is not just emotional, it is spiritual. They feel like a veil has been lifted. They feel like the blindfold that kept them confused has been removed. For the first time in months, they can see their own life without someone else's fingerprints all over it. As they sit on the edge of their bed, quietly thinking, they remember all the times they acted cold with you, all the times they withdrew, all the times you felt like they were pushing you away. And now they understand why. They finally understand that the distance didn't come from their heart, it came from fear. Fear planted by someone who had no right to interfere in their emotional world. Your soulmate feels guilt today, but not the kind of guilt that makes them hide. It's the kind of guilt that makes a person finally stand up and do what is right. The kind of guilt that opens the door to honesty. The kind that pushes someone toward the person they truly care about. And that person is you. Child, today the truth becomes even clearer. Today the police revealed something that no one expected. While searching through the ex-lover's belongings, they found notes, messages, screenshots, and shockingly, a diary where the ex had been writing down their thoughts, plans, anger, fears, obsessions, and even details about your soulmate's daily routine. They had marked places your soulmate visited. They had saved conversations. They had taken photos when your soulmate didn't even know. They had mapped out how to keep your soulmate emotionally trapped. But the most disturbing part? Your name was written repeatedly. You were not imagining anything. You were not overthinking. Your intuition did not lie. This person had been watching your presence in your soulmate's life. The moment you entered their heart, the ex-lover felt threatened. They sensed that your soulmate was changing. They sensed that your soulmate was healing. They sensed a softness returning to them. A softness that was missing during the toxic emotional cycle they had created. You are the reason your soulmate's soul woke up. Your energy touched something inside them that no one else ever had. You gave them the courage to feel again. You gave them the confidence to believe in love again. You gave them strength without even realizing it. And that scared the ex-lover more than anything. So they went further. They created fake messages. Fake calls. Fake screenshots. Fake identities. They tried to contact you pretending to be someone else. They tried to create fights between you two. They tried to make you doubt your worth. They tried to make your soulmate doubt your intentions. They tried to make both of you walk away from each other. Because they believed that if they could destroy this connection, they would win some imaginary battle. But destiny does not bend for manipulation. What is written, is written. What is meant, is meant. What is blessed, cannot be taken away. And the universe has always known that you and your soulmate carry a sacred bond, one that is bigger than fear, obsession, or darkness. Today, your soulmate is learning how much you suffered because of something you never caused. They are seeing how many tears you shed silently. They are realizing how much emotional pain you carried without ever knowing the full truth. They are understanding how deeply you were affected, how confused you were, how lost you felt at times. And their heart aches for you. It hurts them to think that you felt abandoned. It hurts them to think that you felt betrayed. It hurts them to think that you doubted your own worth. It hurts them to think that you cried alone. Today, your soulmate sees you in a new light, not as someone who walked away or someone who couldn't understand them, but as someone who survived emotional storms that you didn't even create. Your soulmate is not angry with you. They are proud of you. They admire your strength. They admire your patience. They admire your heart. Child, your soulmate is healing today. A healing that is long overdue. They are sitting quietly, replaying everything in their mind, and during the quietness, something inside them whispers your name again and again. Not in fear. Not in confusion. Not in doubt. But in longing. In truth. In clarity. Your soulmate is planning something right now. Something important. Something emotional. Something honest. They are deciding to come clean with you. To open their heart. To tell you everything. To give you the truth you always deserved. They are preparing to step toward you, not as someone who is confused, not as someone who is scared, but as someone who finally understands your value in their life. Your soulmate never wanted to lose you. They never wanted distance. They never wanted misunderstandings. Those misunderstandings were never yours. They were never your soulmates. They were manufactured. And now that the truth is out, your soulmate is ready to rebuild everything from the ground up, with honesty, clarity, respect, and real emotion. Meanwhile, the ex-lover is beginning to face the consequences of their actions. They are realizing that manipulation has a price. They are realizing that control eventually collapses. They are realizing that destiny cannot be rewritten by force. The illusions they created are shattering one by one, and what remains is nothing but truth. And the truth is simple: your soulmate's heart does not belong to them. It belongs to you. The universe is guiding both of you into a new chapter, one where the shadows of the past cannot follow. Everything that once felt stuck is now flowing. Everything that once felt broken is repairing. Everything that once felt impossible is opening. There is a message your soulmate wants to give you. A confession. Something they've held back for too long. And when they come forward, their words will change everything. This story is not over. This is only the middle. And the most emotional part is yet to come. My beloved child, today the energy around your life feels different, lighter in some places, heavier in others, as if the universe is rearranging everything that once felt tangled and confusing. And it is. The truth that has been buried for so long is finally rising. The pain that was hidden behind silence is finally coming to light. The emotions that were blocked inside your soulmate's heart are finally preparing to flow. This morning, after the police revealed everything, your soulmate could not sit still. They felt restless. Their heart was racing. Their mind was filled with a heavy mixture of sadness, shock, relief, and awakening. They kept asking themselves why they didn't see it earlier, why they allowed someone to interfere so deeply in their life, why they didn't protect their heart, and why they let someone come between the connection they felt with you. But child, sometimes a person cannot see the truth until they step outside the situation. Sometimes emotional attachment blinds us. Sometimes history clouds judgment. Sometimes loyalty is misplaced. Sometimes guilt holds us hostage. And sometimes a person fears hurting someone's feelings so much that they ignore their own pain. Your soulmate was trapped in a web created by someone else's obsession and their own compassion. They didn't want to hurt the ex. They didn't want drama. They didn't want conflict. But what they didn't realize was that avoiding the ex was creating conflict inside themselves. It was suffocating their soul. It was draining their peace. It was lowering their energy. It was distancing them from you. And now, as the truth stands exposed in daylight, your soulmate finally understands the cost of their silence. Their heart is breaking today, not because they still love the ex, but because they finally recognize how deeply they were manipulated, and how much that manipulation hurt you. They feel like they failed you. They feel like they let something pure slip through their fingers. They feel like they brought pain into your life even though all they ever wanted to give you was kindness. Child, your soulmate's guilt is not small. It is heavy. It is real. But guilt is not the ending of your story. Clarity is. After leaving the police station, your soulmate sat in their car for a long time with their head in their hands, inhaling deeply, exhaling slowly, trying to steady their heartbeat. It felt like the past few months were replaying in front of their eyes like a long, emotional movie. Every message, every silence, every misunderstanding, every distance, every tear. And in all those moments, they kept seeing you. Your smile. Your patience. Your voice. Your care. Your soft energy. You were the only calm in the chaos they were drowning in. You were the only truth when everything else felt like confusion. You were the only person who gave without asking for anything. You were the only soul who stayed kind even when the world was unkind to you. Your soulmate realized something heart-piercing today. They didn't lose you because they didn't care. They almost lost you because they didn't know how to protect what they cared about. And now they want to change that. After sitting silently in the car, your soulmate made a decision, one that they should have made long ago, but they are making it now with full clarity, strength, and truth. They are ending every tie with the ex-lover. Not just temporarily. Not just emotionally. Not just socially. But permanently. Your soulmate blocked the ex on every platform. They changed their privacy settings. They deleted old messages. They removed every remaining attachment. They threw away gifts, belongings, memories that held emotional weight. They freed themselves from the emotional cage they had been stuck inside for years. But even after doing all this, something still felt incomplete. Their heart kept whispering your name. It wasn't enough to clear the past. They needed to heal the present. They needed to revive the connection with you. They needed to bring the truth to you. They needed to tell you everything they had kept buried inside. Child, the universe is guiding your soulmate now. Every sign, every thought, every intuitive pull is leading them toward you. Their heart is restless until they tell you the truth. They feel an emotional urgency, a need to fix what was broken, to explain what was hidden, to rebuild what was lost. They know they owe you honesty. They know you deserve clarity. They know you deserve emotional safety. They know you deserve the truth. And the truth is this: your soulmate never stopped thinking about you. Never stopped caring. Never stopped feeling. Never stopped wishing for you. Never stopped hoping the universe would bring you back together. Even during silent days. Even during confused days. Even during the times you thought they forgot you. They never did. You stayed in their heart like a quiet flame that refused to fade, no matter how hard the chaos around them tried to blow it out. But now, that flame is no longer quiet. It is rising. Growing. Strengthening. Becoming the fire that is pulling them back to you. While your soulmate is preparing to reach out, something else is happening too. Something unexpected. Something powerful. Today, the police found even more evidence, messages where the ex-lover tried to talk to people close to you, trying to turn them against you. They attempted to create fear in your circle. They tried to convince others that your soulmate didn't love you, that you were just temporary, that the connection wasn't real. They wanted people to distance themselves from you so you would feel isolated. But every lie they created is now being exposed. Every trap they set is now visible. Every manipulation they used is now unfolding in front of authorities. The truth is not just coming out, it is flooding. And the more the truth reveals itself, the more the universe is clearing your path. The angels are removing every obstacle. Spirit guides are protecting your energy. Divine forces are aligning your destiny. Every unseen enemy is falling. Every hidden manipulation is dissolving. Every broken piece is being restored. Your soulmate is not walking into your life out of confusion. They are walking toward you because the universe is pushing them toward their destiny. Today, your soulmate feels something they haven't felt in a long time: hope. Not fragile hope. Not temporary hope. But a strong, solid, grounded hope that fills the chest and steadies the heartbeat. The hope that comes from truth. The hope that comes from clarity. The hope that comes from knowing who is meant to stay and who is meant to go. The hope that comes from understanding that fate is stronger than interference. Your soulmate is going to contact you soon. Their message will not be casual. It will not be empty. It will not be shallow. It will come from their soul. It will carry their truth. It will reveal everything. It will change everything. They want to apologize. They want to explain. They want to tell you they never stopped caring. They want to rebuild what was lost. They want to start again, but this time with honesty, safety, and emotional maturity. Right now, they are thinking about the first thing they will say to you. They are imagining your reaction. They are praying you will listen. They are hoping you will understand. They are wishing you will give them one more chance to show you the love they were too afraid to express before. Your soulmate is not coming to you the way they left. They are coming healed, awakened, freed, and ready. Ready to love. Ready to express. Ready to protect. Ready to choose you openly. And child, the universe is preparing your heart too. It is releasing your fears. It is clearing your doubts. It is softening your heart. It is aligning your emotions. Because what comes next in your story requires courage, trust, and openness. The truth will shock you. The confession will move you. The emotional release will heal you. The reunion will change you. Your story is not just about uncovering what someone did. It is about discovering what destiny has always planned for you. My beloved child, when the night fell softly around you, something inside your soul whispered that the final truth was coming closer. There was a quiet trembling in the air, as if the universe itself was holding its breath, watching you step into the last chapter of this painful yet transformative journey. You did not ask for any of this. You did not seek chaos. You did not wish for your soulmate's past to rise like a storm that threatened your peace. But sometimes, destiny unfolds in ways we cannot predict, and the same destiny was about to show you why everything you suffered had a purpose. Tonight was different. It felt like a turning point, a moment where the weight you had been carrying for so long was finally loosening its grip. The presence of your soulmate's dangerous ex-lover had brought fear, confusion, betrayal, and so much uncertainty into your life. They tried to control what was not theirs. They tried to break a love that didn't belong to them. They tried to rewrite a story that God Himself had written for you and your soulmate. But now, their chapter was closing forever. You didn't know this yet, but something sacred was happening behind the scenes. While you were sitting in silence, trying to make sense of the day, officers were gathering confidential reports. Your soulmate was pacing inside a private interrogation room, answering questions that would help end this entire nightmare. The ex-lover, who once manipulated everything with confidence and cruelty, was sitting in a cold steel chair, trembling, unable to pretend anymore. Their arrogance had shattered. Their secrets had spilled out. Their destiny had turned into a dark corner from which there was no escape. And fate was about to place a divine shield around you. As you closed your eyes for a moment, your soul felt a strange warmth. It was Archangel Michael, standing quietly behind you, his wings wrapping around your tired spirit. He whispered softly, "My child, do not fear what has happened. Do not fear what is being revealed. What was hidden against you is collapsing. What was built to hurt you is breaking down. What was planned to separate you is now powerless." In that moment, you felt a strange calmness, as if someone had placed light inside your chest, dissolving the shadows you carried. And that's when your phone vibrated. Your heart skipped. For a second you hesitated. But then something told you, this message will end your fear. You picked it up slowly, and what you saw made your entire body go still. Your soulmate had sent you a voice note. Not a long one, not a dramatic one. But a voice shaking with emotion, a voice that had been waiting for the right moment to speak the truth. "My love, they confessed. Those 3 words went through you like a wave. You could almost feel your heart pause, your breath halt, your soul step outside your body. You replayed those words in your mind, they confessed. Everything, every doubt, every suspicion, every moment of fear, suddenly aligned. They didn't just confess small secrets. They confessed the real reason behind everything they did. They admitted they had been obsessed. They admitted they had followed you. They admitted they had contacted dangerous people to scare you. They admitted they had tried to trap your soulmate emotionally, socially, and legally. They admitted they wanted to replace you, remove you, or make you walk away from the one person who was made for you. The truth hit you differently. It didn't crush you. It didn't break you. Instead, it clarified everything. Your instincts had been right. Your intuition had been right. The uneasiness in your heart had been right. You were never imagining things. You were never overthinking. You were never being insecure. You were sensing something that was real, dangerous, and hidden. But now, that danger no longer had the power to reach you. As your soulmate continued speaking through the voice note, their voice cracked with pain. I should have told you earlier. I should have trusted you. I should have seen what they were doing sooner. I'm sorry you had to face this. I'm sorry you felt alone. I'm sorry you didn't know the whole truth. But it's over now. Completely over. I promise you, nothing and no one will ever stand between us again. You felt tears rise, not from sadness but from release. From relief. From the understanding that something much larger than both of you had been at work. Something divine, something protective, something guiding every step. Archangel Michael whispered again, "My child, your suffering is not wasted. Your patience is not ignored. Your tears have been counted. And your love has been seen. What was taken from you is returning. What was delayed is arriving. What was blocked is opening." You sat quietly as the voice note ended, but your soul was trembling with a strange mixture of softness and strength. For the first time in so long, your heart felt lighter. Not because the world had suddenly become perfect, but because the truth had finally come out. Lies could no longer breathe. Manipulation could no longer grow. False connections could no longer survive. The threads that once tied your soulmate to their dangerous past had snapped. Their ex-lover's story was now being rewritten by justice, not obsession. You were no longer walking in the dark. Slowly, you felt the universe shifting around you, realigning itself in your favor. It felt like the spiritual storm that once surrounded you was now calming, leaving behind a golden peace that you desperately needed. And in that peace, revelation after revelation began landing within your spirit. You were not just surviving the situation, you were being prepared for a deeper connection. You were not just watching the truth unfold, you were witnessing your soulmate evolve. You were not just seeing an ex-lover fall, you were watching karmic cycles break. Your soul quietly understood this truth: the storm was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to clear away everything that did not belong in your destiny. Something beautiful began happening inside your soulmate as well. As they sat in the police station, giving the final set of statements, they realized how deeply they had hurt you. Not intentionally, but unintentionally by not telling you the full truth earlier. They realized how much they needed you. How much they loved you. How much they wanted you to be part of their future. How much they feared losing you to misunderstandings created by someone who never deserved a place in their story. Your soulmate's eyes softened, their heart softened, their ego softened. And in that softening, something pure blossomed, something they had been too afraid to admit before. They wanted to protect you, not because you were weak, but because you were worth protecting. They wanted to stand beside you, not just in good times but also in the storms. They wanted to choose you, not silently, not half-heartedly, but loudly and with certainty. By the time they walked out of the police station, the world around them felt new. The air felt clearer. The skies felt calmer. And their heart felt ready. Ready to love you the way you deserved. Ready to rebuild what was shaken. Ready to start a new chapter with you, one untainted by the shadows of the past. And as they stepped into the night, they whispered to themselves, "I'm going to fix this. I'm going to make it right. I'm going to choose them, fully." Something inside you sensed that shift. You felt their energy reaching for you, soft, sincere, finally awakened. Archangel Michael placed his hand gently on your shoulder and whispered, "This is the moment everything begins to change for you. Not in fear, but in love. Not in confusion, but in clarity. Not in pain, but in healing." And in that sacred silence, your soul finally felt ready. Ready to receive the love that destiny had always planned for you. Ready to step into a future free from the shadows of the past. Ready to trust again, not blindly but bravely. Ready to let your heart open to the one who was meant to walk with you, not away from you. Tonight, everything ended. But tonight, everything also began. This is that moment when your destiny turns toward you, and nothing in this world can stop it now.